Hey everybody, welcome back to another Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin, and today we're showcasing the Red Blue Ruler from the Underworld of Secrets. It is our boy T2, because Terminators all the way. But the deck is called Metabolic Chamber. It's a really fun deck. One of our dudes plays a deck very similar to it in locals, and it's just Red Blue beat stick, because that dude... So the way Red Blue works in this format is if he lives, you get to be a badass. But if he ever gets taken care of, you're in trouble. Like, that's just how the deck plays. It's how it looks. But let's get into it. So, first up, we got Child of the Darkness Moon. It is the black child with rest to recovered stone, make a red or a black or a green. Gods are protection of the Darkness Moon, pay 0, destroy target J Resonator. And then the other child we're playing is the new red child, which is Mysterious Messenger. And then red or blue, and God's Art, pay 0, search your deck for a fire or water metal Lifeform Resonator with total cost 1 or less, reveal it, put in your hand. So that allows you to go get another little dude that you start the game with pretty much, because turn 1 you're going to want to do that because it helps you get going. And then for T2 himself, he's a ruler, partner 2 Moonchild, and then whenever you play an addition that will be added to a J Resonator, as it enters the field, draw a card. This ability triggers only once per turn. So, and I'll explain all this when we get to it, when we get to a life form that helps. And then his contract is Metamorphosis. It is a red and a blue, and it is choose one, remove the top 3 from your deck from the game. You may play those cards as long as they are removed from the game. And then you may contract this card with Metal T Lifeform. And then he turns into Dendrobium, a 13/13. As this card enters the field, you may choose all Metal Lifeform Resonators with Fusion Metal Lifeform with different names in your graveyard and or removed area. They become additions, put them into the field, added to this card. So you literally just get to be like, I'm big. And I'll explain all that stuff when we get to Metal Fusion. Which I guess we'll get to that now. So, Metal Fusion, what that does, as you play this card, you may target a Metal Lifeform with J Resonator. If you do, this card becomes an addition, and after resolving, enters the field as an addition chosen to and added to the chosen target. As long as the chosen target is a J Resonator, it gets plus X plus I or plus Y, and all non-fusion abilities of the card where X is the attack of the card and Y is the defense. So you essentially buff one dude and give them all keywords that thing has. Is essentially how that works. And the first one we're going to talk about is Rare Metal. Is 1 red, 4/4, barrier. So when you Metal Fusion it, it gains barrier to your J Ruler, which is insane. Pay a red, remove this card from your hand from the game. Search your deck for a card called Metal Shield Solid or Metal Gun Solid. We don't run those because it's not that good of a card. Reveal it and put it in your hand. If you do, shuffle your deck. So you're really just going to go get Metal Shield Solid because that card's insane and it gives you barrier. And then we have, and that's also the card you're probably going to want to go get on turn 1 with your Moonchild, just because it helps you set up everything else. Next we have Ancient Weapon Fragment. Red and a blue, 6/6 flyer. Enter, you may choose a Metal Lifeform Resonator Fusion, Metal Lifeform in your graveyard or removed area. It becomes an addition, then put it in the field added to this card. Whenever this card attacks, you may search your deck for a Fire or Water Lifeform, put it in your graveyard. If you do, shuffle your deck. If you put a Fire in the graveyard, this card deals damage to your opponent equal to the attack. If you put a Water, you draw a card. So if you put a Fire and a Water dude, you do both. Which is pretty cool because there's a lot of cards like that in this deck that do weird things for that. Next is Metal Lifeform Dragon. It is red, red, and blue for 7/7 flyer fusion. Pay a red and a blue. Remove this card from your hand. From the game, rest target entity. It doesn't recover during its next recovery phase. Then this card does 200 damage multiplied by X to your opponent, where X is the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Insane. So even if you don't do it for the damage, you're just like, cool, tap down that thing. Don't untap that thing. It's super, super strong. The first non-resonator we have is Deathmetal, Sea of Metal. Red-blue edition Cocoon. As long as you control exactly one J Resonator, it gains Eternal. Enter, draw 2 cards, then remove 2 cards from your hand. Produce a red and a blue, red or a blue for each Metal Lifeform removed this way. This is your Cocoon that helps you just live as a so this deck has one dude and he makes him big. That's why he has all the fusion stuff, because you just get him big and then you get to do Metal Shield Solid, which blocks a whole lot, and we'll get to him in a second. Metal Shield Solid, 2 blue, chant. Quick cast, you pay a blue less to play this card for each card named Rare Metal. And then entities you control gain Eternal until the end of turn, draw a card. J Resonators you control, whenever this card blocks, recover it. So it gives you Eternal and allows you to block everything. Because you're like, cool, block, untap, block, untap, block, untap. And I have Eternal so I don't die. Because you're only having one dude to they're probably like 6. So you need something like this. And then I finally get to use a card I've always wanted to use. And it's so good in this deck. It's called Invitation to Valhalla. Is it a blue and a black? Search your hand, deck, and or graveyard for up to 4 cards and remove it from the game. If you search your deck, shuffle it. The reason this is good because your ruler does things off of cards in your removed area, and this literally hits every part of your deck, like deck, graveyard, or hand, to remove 4 dudes. So you get to remove 4 Lifeforms and get guaranteed pluses. Metal Helix is a red and a blue chant. Search your deck for up to 1 fire card and 1 water card with different names that don't share a name with a card in your removed area and remove it from the game. Then shuffle your deck. This card deals 500 multiplied by X to each J resonator your opponent controls, where X is the number of fire cards removed this way, and draw X, Y cards, where Y is the number of water cards removed this way. So you can go get a blue-red card and a blue-red card, and count the first one as a blue card and the second one as a red card. And then you get both triggers twice. So it's pretty cool just to get free value off of all your stuff. And then the little metal Lifeforms we have, one gives Pierce, one gives Flying, one gives Precision, one gives Swiftness, and then the other one puts a magic stone, like a non-J-roll entity on the bottom. They're just really cool to help, and they do really cool stuff for you. And the next card we have is Phantasmal Scarlet, which is just a kill spell, because you need a way to kill dudes, really. And then the magic stones are really simple. We're playing Magic Stone of Hearth Core to give you red-blue. Ethereal Moon is the 4C blue-black stone to give you the black you need, and then Mysterious Moon is his 4C stone to give you more 4C ability to know what you're getting. Overall, though, you're just playing one dude and making that dude awesome. And if he gets answered, you will probably lose the game. That is just how this deck plays. Like, I have one big dude, and he's big. But he also will almost always have Eternal and or Barrier. So he's going to be hard to remove, but if you do, your opponent's in a better spot. So it's just, you're in a tough spot. The deck list will be down below, guys. Check it out. Let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. See y'all again next time. Goodbye. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, guys, and hit that like, and then also click that bell so you get all the updates and notifications on our channel. And then send us any comments down below so we make sure we get them.
And just to remind you that we are actually streaming on Twitch now, where we do all our deck brawls and also video game content. And also remind you that we do have a Patreon, and we like to go ahead and thank the Mythic and Above Patreons. So thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
We love you.
Boom.